Okay, so sorry if the camera is shaky. I need to buy a tripod and I couldn't wait to get started. So I want to go ahead and start this cover, this junk journal. This is my first one, if I hadn't said that already, that I'm doing. So I've got a cardboard spine that I've glued in place on this deconstructed encyclopedia. And I want to use things that I think are just really beautiful, but I'm trying to make decisions that are a little thrifty because I don't want to damage some of my beautiful linens in my collection, but I do want to use things that are really pretty that I've been saving. So one of the things I'm using, I think I'm going to use this fabric on the spine. This is actually cut from the hem of a dress I've been given that I desperately need to hem. But I have this, I had to cut off obviously a lot, I'm short. And so I've got this beautiful piece of fabric. So I've already cut a piece that I'm going to use for the spine here, which I think is just going to be absolutely gorgeous. I love the roses. And then I have a few other random pieces of linen over here in my stack. I've got this hand-dyed piece of a napkin. It is not anything vintage per se, but it's got a nice embroidered detail. And so I'm going to use, I think I'm going to keep that in my stash. I've got these scraps from a embroidered linen that was I believe it was a dresser scarf that has some staining, and I've used these, actually crafted a pennant with these, and I have these scraps left, so I thought that would be a nice addition. I have another scrap that is part of I think this was also probably like a dresser linen or something that somebody has, or maybe a pillowcase, possibly a pillowcase that got cut off. And so I've got her, she's super sweet, and the colors coordinate with what I've got going on. This is a piece that I used from a transfer, the iron-on, what are they called, Aunt Fanny's, and I ironed it on and embroidered it myself. So this is like kind of a beginner embroidery piece for me. The color's not really bold, but I do like the fact that it's the pink is a shade that coordinates with what I'm doing. Plus, it's personal because I made this myself. Okay, and then I have this beautiful piece of ribbon embroidery, which is absolutely gorgeous. And has lots of, you know, undecorated negative space to work around. So I can cut this, but it can also be the back of something. And then I just have another little scrap that's a little piece of I think it's a napkin. I don't think it's a hanky. And it'll be a good background for what I'm working on. Anyway, that's what I'm thinking about right now. So I'm gonna start cutting this stuff apart and work on piecing some stuff together, and then I'll come back to that in a minute. Okay, so this would be my tentative layout with the binding on top in the center. When these pieces are done, these will be underneath this. And so I'm gonna go to the machine and start sewing. Okay, so I've got my cover pieces sewn together and laid on the cover just to kind of get a feel for what it's gonna look like finished. And that'll be my center binding. And now I just have to make decisions on whether or not I want to add any more trims or finishes, and then I can start attaching the fabric to my cover. I'm excited. This looks so cute. Okay, another progress shot. I'm losing the light because it's late afternoon and going into evening right now, but all of the cover is sewn on. Is sewn on and glued on. I still have to glue this on in the center, but I'm thinking it looks pretty darn cute. I'm excited about this. Okay, here's my progress shot from, this is the next day. I had to wait until the next day because it was too dark last night. So I added some ribbon roses and some ribbon roses here that I applied with tacky glue and a little hot glue to hold it on, and then tacky glue to make it permanent. I added this muslin tie that came from, I believe it was this piece of fabric. Sorry, I'm off center. I don't have a tripod yet. And then the back, I just added this flower, and then I did the lace along the spine on both sides. I think it turned out really cute. And of course I'm not done with the center, and I still have to figure out well, I made room for 3 signatures, and I've already punched the holes for them. We'll see how that goes. Hopefully it'll be enough room, because I plan on stuffing this thing like a lot. Anyway, it's so cute. So that's that.